In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was over the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Genesis 1, 1-3. These opening verses of Genesis paint a vivid picture of the world's beginning. Darkness covered everything. It was a time of formlessness, a void. Yet, even in this emptiness, God's Spirit hovered, ready to create. The first act of creation is the creation of light. Let there be light.
God declares and light bursts forth, piercing the darkness. Light becomes a symbol of hope, of order emerging from chaos. It signifies the very presence of God. In our own lives, we often face darkness. We experience moments of doubt, fear, and uncertainty. But the story of creation reminds us that even in the deepest darkness, God's light can shine through. Like a beacon, it guides us, offering hope and direction. Just as God brought light into the world, we can choose to bring light into our own lives and the lives of others. We can choose faith over fear, hope over despair. This is the first step in our own personal creation story.
On the second day of creation, God separates the waters. He creates a firmament, a division between the waters above and the waters below. This act symbolizes the duality that exists in our world and within ourselves.
We live in a physical world, bound by the laws of nature. Yet we also possess a spiritual side, a yearning for something beyond the material. We are called to navigate both realms, to find balance between our earthly needs and our spiritual aspirations.
The separation of the waters reminds us that we are not just physical beings. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. Nurturing our spiritual side is just as important as caring for our physical well-being.
Just as God brought order to the chaotic waters, we can strive for balance in our own lives. We can acknowledge and honor both our material and spiritual needs. By doing so, we create a sense of harmony within ourselves and with the world around us.
And God said, "Let the earth sprout vegetation, plants yielding seed, and fruit trees bearing fruit in which is their seed, each according to its kind, on the earth." And it was so. Genesis 1:11.
On the third day, the barren earth bursts forth with life. Vegetation of all kinds emerges, plants, trees, and fruit-bearing trees. This is a powerful image of growth, abundance, and the potential that lies dormant within. Just as the earth produces vegetation, we too have the capacity to grow and flourish.
We each possess unique gifts, talents, and dreams waiting to be nurtured. This act of creation reminds us that we are not meant to remain stagnant. We are meant to cultivate our inner garden, to tend to our dreams and aspirations.
Like a gardener, carefully tending to their plants, we must nurture our inner world. We must feed our minds with knowledge, water our souls with inspiration, and allow ourselves the space to grow into the fullness of who we are meant to be.
And God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to separate the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons, and for days and years, and let them be lights in the firmament of the heavens to give light upon the earth." And it was so. Genesis 1:14-15.
On the fourth day, God creates the sun, moon, and stars. These celestial bodies bring rhythm and order to the world. They mark the passage of time, reminding us of the constancy of change and the beauty of renewal.
The sun, with its life-giving warmth, symbolizes new beginnings and the opportunity for growth. The moon, with its gentle light, reminds us of the cycles of life and the importance of embracing both light and darkness. The stars, scattered across the vastness of space, speak to us of hope, wonder, and the infinite possibilities that lie ahead.
The heavens declare the glory of God. They remind us that we are part of something much greater than ourselves. In the grand scheme of things, our problems may seem small and our worries may fade in comparison to the vastness of the universe. Section 5. The abundance of life celebrating diversity and purpose.
On the fifth day, God fills the waters with an abundance of creatures. Fish of all shapes and sizes swim through the seas, and birds soar through the air.
This act of creation celebrates diversity and the unique purpose of each living being. Just as God created a vast array of creatures, each with its own role to play in the ecosystem, so too did He create each of us with unique gifts and talents.
We are all part of the intricate tapestry of life, and each thread, no matter how small, contributes to the beauty of the whole.
The creation of the animal kingdom reminds us that we are not meant to be alone. We are meant to live in community, to celebrate our differences, and to learn from one another. Section 6. Humanity's creation embracing our divine image.
Then God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the heavens, and over the livestock, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth." So God created man in His own image. In the image of God He created him, male and female He created them. Genesis chapter 1, verses 26 to 27.
The creation of humanity is the culmination of God's creative work. We are created in His image, endowed with reason, creativity, and the capacity for love.
This means that we possess an inherent dignity and worth. We are called to be stewards of creation, to care for the earth and all its inhabitants.
But most importantly, we are called to relationship with God. The story of our creation reminds us that we are not accidents. We are fearfully and wonderfully made. We are loved beyond measure.
And on the seventh day, God finished His work that He had done, and He rested on the seventh day from all His work that He had done. So God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it God rested from all His work that He had done in creation. Genesis 2:2-3.
After 6 days of creation, God rests. He establishes the Sabbath, a day set apart for rest, reflection, and rejuvenation. In the busyness of our lives, it's easy to forget the importance of rest. We push ourselves to the limit, often neglecting our physical, emotional, and spiritual needs. But the Sabbath reminds us that rest is not a luxury, it is a necessity.
When we rest, we allow ourselves the space to reconnect with ourselves, with God, and with the world around us. We emerge from the Sabbath refreshed and renewed, ready to face the week ahead with clarity and purpose.
The 7 days of creation are not just a historical account. They are a timeless story that speaks to the very core of who we are. It is a story of hope, of transformation, and of the unfolding of light in our lives.
Just as God brought order out of chaos, we too can find our way through the darkness. Just as God created the world with intention and purpose, we too have a unique role to play in the grand tapestry of life.
Each day presents an opportunity for us to participate in our own creation story. We can choose to embrace the light, to cultivate our inner garden, to celebrate our diversity, and to live out our divine purpose.
The story of creation is also our own story. We all begin in darkness, in the unknown. We face challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. There is always the promise of a new day.
Just as the sun rises each morning, bringing light and warmth to the world, so too can we rise above our circumstances. We can choose to focus on the good, to nurture our dreams, and to move forward with faith and determination.
Our lives are a journey of unfolding light. It is a process of becoming who we are meant to be. And like the 7 days of creation, it is a journey filled with wonder, beauty, and infinite possibilities.
As we reflect on the story of creation, let us remember that we are all part of something much greater than ourselves. We are all threads in the tapestry of creation, each one unique and essential to the whole.
Let us embrace our diversity, celebrate our differences, and work together to create a world where everyone has the opportunity to shine their light.
For in the words of Mother Teresa, we ourselves feel that what we are doing is just a drop in the ocean. But the ocean would be less because of that missing drop.
Let us go forth and live out our own creation stories, bringing light, hope, and love to the world around us. For we are all children of the light, created in the image of God and destined for greatness.